Yeah, he's the only. If there's somebody else with the same name, they gotta change their name because he's the only Mason Crosby.
What's up, guys? Yeah, I'm messing it up being in station. I mean, it's I got this camera over here. Tommy was, it's like he was sick. He's running around. I messed everything up. So, but I am glad to be here. We have the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame going on tonight, which is awesome. I'm gonna meet the mayor today, which is great.
Wow, Chevy.
Yes.
Cavalier
so
Johnson.
We're gonna do that.
Nice.
With all the other inductees, which I feel like, being recently retired, I was not expecting to get into the Hall of Fame,
All
this
the Hall of
early.
Fames.
Yeah, I'm like,
All the Hall
what
of
is
Fames.
going on right now? And like to think like Joe Thomas and Ernie Johnson are the other recipient and like going in, I'm like, I do not feel worthy. I'm not worthy. I love the Wayne's World stuff, but
congratulations
it's gonna be a fun night.
Mason Crosby, who goes into the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame tonight at the Baird Center, downtown Milwaukee. Tickets still available. Come out. It's going to be a blast. There's a little reception from 5 to 7. You can probably buy tickets for that. Then the event itself, is 7 to 9.
Yep.
It's 2 hours. Like, I assume you get at least, it should be 40 minutes apiece.
I'm going to take
an hour.
40 minutes to an hour.
At least.
Yeah, right.
Are you going to be like 47? Is the speech written?
Speech. I told you. I think it's gonna be more interview style.
Oh,
so.
I know, Mark.
I'll
Mark
have
told me,
something.
I emailed Mark Cass.
Did you try to?
And I said, do you need me for I can
I
can do hype man. I can do whatever. He's like, you know what? Why don't you just come and hang out and have a good time?
You should do an intro. I feel like just get up and like lead. Like I should have you and Tommy kind of like lead me out like we're going into the ring. I love that.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, Tommy, you don't want to be a part of that?
Tommy's
not a team player right now.
Tommy's still feeling yesterday.
Okay.
He doesn't quite have the energy for that.
All right, Tommy. I tried to include you, but forget that now.
I'm gonna get a haircut this afternoon.
Oh, nice. I got one yesterday.
Nice,
I'm feeling nice.
Molly approved?
Yeah, she likes it.
Okay,
she told me I needed one. It was just a little rough.
That's how it works.
Yeah, exactly. She's just like, you're gonna get a haircut before this thing,
Are you
right?
gonna shave before?
Yeah. So this morning I was running a little behind. I just used the trimmers,
Right.
brought it down, but I'll go clean. Yeah, I'll go clean tonight. I want to look nice.
Absolutely. And what are you wearing? What are you gonna wear?
It's a surprise.
Because it's kind of business cash.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not wearing a tux. It's not it's not like a super dressy
Sport coat.
I do have a nice sport coat.
Yeah.
I went blue.
Okay.
Yeah, Molly said it. Makes my eyes look nice.
Also,
Do you have blue eyes?
like blue or navy blue?
Tommy, you've looked into my eyes before. I have blue eyes. Relax.
Navy blue or blue.
It's kind of like a light blue.
Okay.
Yeah, a nice summer
Because I was gonna say, if it
jacket.
was dark blue, it could have been in honor of the new Green Bay Packers throwback.
That would have been nice.
That they did 35 minutes ago that the Pro Shop just
I
released.
saw that. Those look good.
I don't know.
Okay, let's talk about them.
So
I saw that. Y'all sent me a picture.
I want to make sure you saw it. So we got a lot to get to today. Brian Lammy from the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame will join us at 9:30. Drew Wagner at 10. The Brewers, what a way to respond from the 1-0 loss.
Yes.
They had 49 hits last night. No, 490 hits last.
That's as many as you possibly can.
Exactly. It was awesome. So we're going to get to all of that today. I don't know that I ever loved the Packers in navy blue. Like, I get that that's what they wore in the 20s and 30s. But, like, since I've been a human being, which is 49 years on God's earth.
That's right.
Right? The Packers were green and gold.
It's his earth.
And so it's like,
and they're going to wear those helmets with like the decal.
Helmets,
like,
the helmets I kind of like.
I don't like that.
Oh, you don't like that?
No.
That it's kind of like looks like it's supposed to be
I think
an
it's
old
cheesy.
school.
I think that's just that's kind of gross.
I mean, the whole team's identity is cheesy. To be fair,
That's
man.
Wow.
That one hurt. It hurts worse when you say that stuff and I'm in studio. I don't know. Whenever I'm not here, I'm like, I can handle it, but I don't know. Obviously, it's it's cool. I actually like the change up of the yellow.
Oh, do you?
The numbers look like they're going to be really big on the front. I like those 3 stripes on the side.
like
that's
numbers that are
nice.
readable.
That's clean.
I like big numbers because I like sometimes with some of these throwbacks that some of these teams are, it's like you can barely read. You can't tell the 5 from the 6. Like that's too. Like
I like the
big,
circle.
bold numbers.
I liked when it was
Did
a yellow
you?
circle. Yeah.
Did you actually like that?
I did like that
Because a
one.
lot of people didn't.
I like that one.
Jordy
Yeah.
looked so fast in those uniforms. God, he was so fast
Wasn't
in those
Jordy fast
uniforms.
no matter what?
And the
though?
brown pants are so comfortable.
Well, that's what we've heard.
Oh
We've
my
heard that
gosh.
from everybody. Like,
Yeah.
why don't they just make pants? out
Honestly,
of-
too loose. Like it was like my leg. I'm like, oh my god, like I can swing my leg up over my head.
Players
This is
loved
crazy.
it. Kicker hated it.
Kicker
because
hated it.
He couldn't control his legs anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just out of control out here.
That's awesome.
No, but I think it's
think
fun.
they-
It's cool.
Yeah, I think they
actually
look sharp.
I liked. I also liked the green, like kind of change up ones
Yes.
where there was green, the big numbers, real clean,
Yeah.
and then just the yellow helmet.
Yes.
that was probably
I agree with
that
that.
was a really nice look
Right,
as
because
well.
it's clean, it's
Yeah.
neat. Like this one, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like when they go metallic,
Yeah,
like it's a little too much sometimes.
I'm
It's a
just
little too
staring at it,
Oregon.
trying to decide how I feel. Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know. The
You're a little
jerseys feel a
torn on
little
it.
Michigan.
Yes,
like that-
yep.
I think that's what's bothering me.
That's part of it. Absolutely.
So comparing them to the last Acme Packers, you go up, down, neutral. Where did they go with these ones? The circle
the
yellows.
Acme's the circle.
Yeah.
So compared
Yeah.
to the circle, what do you think of these?
I mean, I don't know. I like it. I like it. I like the big number too. I like the big like
Are we
yellow
allowed to
numbers
show this
on the
picture
front.
on YouTube, or is that like banned?
I will try to find a way to get this up on YouTube. Yes.
I mean, the Pro Shop shared it publicly.
and I
Like,
understand.
I
understand.
don't think there are rights fees with this picture because it's promotional. It's not like somebody's property that it's an action picture from practice or something like that.
I will say, like the color is actually like it's really like a dark navy. Like
Yes.
that's.
It
Yeah, I'm
is-
looking a little
I
closer.
mean, it is Michigan,
yeah,
isn't it?
I don't know. It's kind of weird. The helmets.
Or is it Notre Dame?
The helmets
It's
bother
a little
me.
Notre Dame also.
I think I'm getting stuck on the helmets.
Last year, that's what the University of Illinois did with their helmets. If you
helmets?
remember
I
that, they
don't.
did like a
Because
old
it's
school
Illinois,
game.
so nobody cares.
Well, they won more games than the Badgers, so we'll get there.
Oh, we'll
I mean,
talk about the Badgers. Yeah.
Taking shots.
But yeah, they did the same thing. That's kind of a new wave.
hey, Tommy,
it looks,
ILL.
it looks better. It looks better than what we were kind of seeing because I'm glad they didn't try to force a G on there. That would have looked worse in some way.
Yeah, they couldn't. Yeah, I didn't think
Yeah.
they would go that route. But I'm glad though. Remember in the CBA after the lockout, so 2011 and moving forward, everything about that CBA was player safety.
Right.
So you couldn't change helmets in that time frame, like in that time, because so we did a throwback with just our regular,
With the regular
helmets, and
helmets,
that
right.
was
It's like-
that was maybe one of the worst like looks that you could possibly have ever, because I think it was like either the blue, I think it was the blue
Yeah.
and the yellow, and then we had the green and
Regular
yellow G
helmets.
and everything. It was like, come
At
on,
least
you can't
the-
take decals off. They're like, what's player safety about that?
At least the helmet's iconic, though. Like some other teams, like it probably clashed. Like at least the Packers helmet is like
Yeah,
the greatest helmet of all time.
it is a good helmet.
All right, so let's
Let's talk about camp a little
let's
bit.
get to camp. And let's start with
X's
Bo
and
Melton.
O's.
Should we start with Bo Melton?
I like that.
So we find out yesterday, Goody and LaFleur both spoke, and we find out pretty much right away that Bo Melton is no longer number 80. He is number 16 in
Yep.
your playbooks. He is listed on Packers.com, on ESPN.com, on CBSSports.com, on Yahoo.com as a cornerback.
He is a corner.
He is playing with the corners. He is in the corners meetings. He is officially switched to cornerback. Can you do that in your
I think you can, and I think it's an awesome opportunity for him. I
Okay.
mean, how many receivers are there? 17?
Yeah,
right
they
now.
just signed another guy from Colorado.
A Colorado guy,
Yeah.
Will Shepard, he's lightning.
He's
He is-
legit.
he was their
Why was he on the
their
team?
number 2. He was probably their number 1 receiver. Whenever Travis needed a blow or whatever.
Why
but like,
wasn't he picked up by
I don't
anybody?
know, because he is.
Because he had great numbers. Where at NC State? before
Yeah,
that,
he's
too?
a really good
He was like
football
second
player.
team,
That could be a
all ACC.
sneaky guy, like a dark horse to try to make this team.
I hope, but they don't need it. Like they've
For
so many
sure.
receivers.
But regardless, he's who knows? I think he was also a punt returner,
Yeah.
as well. So if like McCole Hardman doesn't like impress,
Right, if he
then
doesn't work out.
you keep a guy like a Will Shepard who's young and can come up, and he's a Colorado guy, so
Right,
you know
so
he's
you love him.
exceptional. Yeah.
So back to Bo Melton.
Okay.
Like, what
Yes,
were your
we're talking
thoughts
about
when
Bo
you heard
Melton.
originally when the number change, the official position change, and that he's not even in the wide receiver room anymore.
I'm happy for him, like from the player side, that like, all right, like he made a decision, they made a decision, so now he can go into this camp. I'm sure they talked to him during off season as he was trying this, and it's like, hey, go into this, in June and July and just work and at that position. And he has a brother that does it,
right.
So he can pick his brain
Same
and
number,
they can go out and work.
Cool.
Yeah, exactly. So there is, and honestly, okay, those skill positions, sure, huge difference, different animals, but he's an athlete, he's a guy, and he's a special teamer that this team really likes.
Yes.
I feel like they like him, and that's why they're giving him this opportunity, because it's like, hey, switch positions. We want to see if you could be a filling guy. We need you on special teams. I know Bisaccia probably is pushing for that as well. Like, I know he loves him as a special teams guy. Mm-hmm. So I really like the change. I even saw just some clips from him in practice yesterday. He looked a lot smoother.
Yeah,
like it looked like a little more comfortable than he did in the spring. As you just have a month and a half of getting to work on it.
And will every practice get like I assume every practice will be like that. Like each practice will just get a little smoother, and he'll pick up one more nuance or one more thing. But can you do that crash course listen, I've been a receiver for the past 3 years in the NFL. I played a little cornerback, maybe in college, obviously in high school, but like, can a crash course really throwing him all into the cornerback room? Can he compete for that number 4 cornerback job, which is wide open right now?
I think he can. I mean, just because of like the mentality that he has and the willingness to switch. I mean, we saw it with like a Sam Shields. Right. Sam Shields is, I would say, is like, it was a better all-around athlete. I mean, Sam was unbelievable, his speed and all that. But I do think Bo brings, and he'll probably bring a physicality to that space as well, because he's just a little thicker, like kind of, he's not afraid to go in there. He plays special teams. He's okay tackling. So I really like it, and I think he's going to, if anything, just push guys to get better as well. Yeah, and he's going to have so much opportunity, because as a quarterback, whoever, if it's Jordan going against the twos or whatever in the backups and Bo Melton's in there, if I'm Jordan Love, I'm looking his way every time just to see. So like, he's going to have opportunity to show if this is a good, switch for him, because if I'm a quarterback, I'm picking on him all the time to just see where he's at.
414-677-1250. It's the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line, 414-677-1250. Your thoughts on Bo Melton making the official switch to cornerback. Do you think it can work? Obviously, it gives him a better chance at making the roster, because that wide receiver room is totally full. Some semi-breaking news, not Packers related, but football related, that I just wanted to pass along before we kept the conversation going at Packers training camp. Justin Fields helped off the field this morning in New York. He had to be helped off the field and then carted off the sideline back into the locker room. They're talking lower leg, so don't know if it was contact or non-contact. Don't know much more besides that. But did see that Justin Fields of our New York Jets.
New York.
Well, you love to claim every
if Brett
team.
Favre and Aaron Rodgers were there, isn't it?
I mean, they're like our sister station. It's our sister team.
Yeah, our
Do you guys know who the backup is for the New York Jets?
I feel like I did.
Is that not? I mean, Jameis Winston is.
He's the Giants.
The Giants room is interesting as well.
And they already named Russell Wilson their starter, like kind of by accident yesterday.
Yeah, we got a position battle. I assume it's going to lean Tyrod Taylor. That was the name we were looking for. But 72-year vet at University of Nebraska, Mitch. Does that give any hints away?
Scott Frost?
Adrian Martinez.
Adrian Martinez.
Yeah, he's
on that roster?
On NFL roster.
Dude, Adrian Martinez was at Nebraska for 6 years before it was cool to be in college for 6 years.
And he didn't throw the ball once.
Cool.
He just ran the ball.
That's awesome.
As a running quarterback.
Mitch, he's a rookie. He's still a rookie?
How old is he? I mean,
he's 25. He's older than me. He's older than me.
25.
Yeah. He's older than me. His birthday's a month before mine.
Okay, so he's not that old.
Okay, all right. Yeah, it's Tyrod Taylor's job if something happens. So we hope Fields is okay. Obviously, and we were. I will say, I was a little curious to see how that went in New York with him and Grant Wilson. Like, we don't love Grant Wilson, but having, that Ohio State connection back together.
Garrett
again.
Wilson.
Garrett Wilson. Who's Grant Wilson?
I'll look it up.
Grant Hill.
Yeah.
Grant Wilson Hill.
There's got to be somebody named Grant Wilson.
I love it. No, Garrett Wilson. Yeah,
Garrett
we'll
Wilson,
see. Obviously, my favorite wide receiver. So, they were probably going to be electric.
Yeah, I mean, the best.
the best all-time best.
Wide receiver
and Justin Fields
ever.
is just, such a great passer and quarterback. But
I actually like he played well for Pitt. Like, he didn't deserve to get benched last year.
That was weird.
Wasn't
weird.
It?
Yeah.
Like, he's 4-2.
Yeah.
The team's playing well.
Yeah.
And because they had Russell Wilson under. By the way, Grant Wilson, I actually know who I'm thinking of. He's
Ghost Hunters?
No.
Ghost Hunters.
No,
nice.
it's not anyone famous. It's like a kid.
It's just a
guy I have is
it's
from
a kid I used to coach in
It's
Little
a kid
League.
I grew up with.
Yeah, kid I used to coach in Little League. All right, so we talked about Bo Melton. Want to get to Elton Jenkins because Elton Jenkins, no new contract. Zach Tom gets a new contract. And then we come in yesterday morning, and again, Goody and LaFleur talking to the media, that Elton Jenkins has a back. We don't know what it is, but he's got a little back injury or a little something. So immediately, the skeptics, Mason, does he actually have a back, or does he not want to be out there?
Yeah.
So he wasn't out there yesterday.
Yeah, but he he reported it.
Yeah.
So
He's
like
in camp.
that's the Packers way on how to have a guy like hold in a in a way.
Sit in or whatever.
Yeah.
It's called.
I mean, who knows? I mean, he might have a little something tweaked,
got a little
but the
something.
fact he didn't show up he didn't show up for
Right.
all of the offseason, and he wants a new contract, all of that. Like they're probably just like, all right. And he's like, I don't want to practice. All right, we'll figure something out. Like you hurting?
Yeah.
like
Can you give Elton Jenkins like a 1-year bonus? Like not a 4-year 88, but
I just don't know.
Can you give him like a 1-year $20 million, 18, I don't know what, 18, 15, a 1-year addition?
Because they
to
do
his,
what? They have like $35 million in cap space.
Right. Just to take care of him. Just to make him feel a little bit better, where it's like, all right, then after that, maybe you go somewhere else and maybe you can still be a guard, or maybe then you're a center, but at least we're not giving you the 4-year $80 million deal you want, but we'll give you 1 for 20 just to like.
I guess I'm just like,
it's all guaranteed.
It's just so weird because it's just like, why can't he just stay at guard? Like, just leave him, just move him into another guard, the other guard position. Right. Have him and Aaron Banks at guard. Put one of the young guys, Sean Ryan, like whatever.
Sean Ryan can't play
at center, and let those guys.
He was at center. He was the number one with centers yesterday, right?
Yep.
Didn't Andy tell us that time?
That's what I'm saying. Is like, why does he have to? Why does Elton have to move this center?
Do you think he's talking to them about that at all?
I would. I mean, I'm like, why all of a sudden is it just like you're going to be center, but we don't want to, help you out or protect you. Yeah. Like if I'm Elton, I'm saying like you're either giving me a new contract as a center or you move me back to guard. Yeah. That way, at least if you're not going to keep me next year, I have that value. And I can go and get a new contract somewhere else that values me as a guard, not as a center.
So on a scale,
it's not a ton of money difference, but it is. I mean, it's significant in the end of the day.
On a scale of 1 to 10, Mason. By the way, this is the Mason Crosby presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers. We're in the fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. On a scale of 1 to 10, how shocked would you be if a week from now we found out that Elton Jenkins is moving to guard and Sean Ryan is moving to center?
I wouldn't be that shocked. I mean, I would say, honestly, I think that would be I think that would be the wise move, just to get Elton back into the mix. Because if he's not hurt, he's
one of your best 5 guys.
Exactly.
Sure.
I guess I don't understand like you're going to play center now and that's it. Like no conversation otherwise.
Or competition.
Yeah, and it's just like, all right, you're the center. It's like, well, that doesn't, like, why? Like I guess I'm asking that question. Just like, why is that the case?
If you were at the press conference yesterday, you would have asked.
I'm just like, why did you decide that?
Right.
Yeah.
Why not make it an open competition with Sean Ryan, with Jordan Morgan, with whoever's competing for jobs? And like, if Elton Jenkins, one of your best 2 guards, why not have him at guard?
Yeah. It was just like it was just this like hard line, like Elton's going to play center. Right. Like we signed Aaron Banks, Elton's moving to center. Right. Like no other conversation. Like at least from our perspective, I don't know what the conversation was in the building, but that's what it felt like. Was just like, Elton, you're playing center now. There's you're going to be that, and we're not going to give you a new contract at the moment as a center and protect you into the future. So it's a hard spot. Like I can't imagine like being there or like not showing up and not going to practice if I'm capable of practicing. That would be like the hardest thing in the history of the world.
You want to be out there
for someone like myself or for any player. I mean, I'm sure Elton's sitting there just like,
he'd rather be out there.
He's probably talking to his agent, somebody every day, just like, please just remind me why I'm doing this, because like it's got to be a hard spot for a player like that.
More news and notes from training camp yesterday. Certainly Matthew Golden's first ever day at training camp. And he impressed. He looked good. And I think the question with him, along with the receiving room, is like, if he's a star, let's say Matthew Golden like is one of these rookies who explodes onto the scene, like we've seen with other wide receivers over the past 3-4 years in the NFL. Is there room for him to do that? Like with Reed and with Dobbs and with Wicks and with Kraft, like if Golden is that good, do they figure that out? And can they do that? Or because the room is so convoluted with last year we're in a firm full of number ones and then it didn't work out. Like
it didn't work.
Like is it still a slow play with him even if he's ready?
Yeah, I think how the Packers operate is they are not going to put him in a position to fail. Like it's going to be like if he proves to be the guy, like it'll just happen, organically. Like, all right, this guy is just special.
This guy's always open. We gotta get him the ball.
We have to make it work with him. And I feel like with LaFleur now, without Aaron in the building, he is able to. I mean, he protects Jordan Love. It's like Jordan's not like out on this island as much anymore. Like you have Josh Jacobs, you have like this system now that can protect guys from being just put in a position that they don't feel comfortable. So I think Golden, we'll see as training camp unfolds, as he gets more looks, as he gets more reps. If he just if it's just like this guy is so special, you have to build plays and an offense around him. That will come out naturally. But if not, then you have 3 or 4 receivers that are just going to be electric and going to help this offense in a way that we probably haven't seen in a while. If he's just a really solid rookie that does special things that we don't have to, this Packers team doesn't have to build around. Honestly, for me, that's the ideal situation, because the second you put that weight and all that on somebody, like it does change. And so I think it's hard to take that weight off. They're just going to build it up to that and be like, all right, this guy can handle it now. We're gonna add more to his plate.
And Tommy has a little bit of a man crush. Is that fair? Man crush, or you're just is it not man crush yet? Is it just like
Uber fan?
Are you just curious about someone?
I'm curious about this conversation.
I would dabble in some Marshawn Lloyd talk. Yeah, I would.
So Marshawn Lloyd looked great yesterday, and had injury after issue last year.
Yeah, that's true.
And even Josh Jacobs came out yesterday and said, "Man, if this guy's healthy, like this guy's going to help us. Like
it's going to be good.
He changes things a little bit.
That's good.
Like that's." As good as Josh Jacobs is, how important is it that your RB2 is a guy that you don't really, you're going to miss a little bit of a beat because Josh Jacobs is so good, but a guy who can slide right in and do all the things.
Yeah, and he's obviously, he jumped right into that second spot. Big guy, 5'9", 220. I mean, not real tall, but he's going to be a thumper. I think that just, that 1-2 punch is so important in the NFL. I mean, Josh Jacobs carried a heavy load last year. I mean, he worked hard last year. So to have Marshawn Lloyd back in the mix, again, it's just going to be, can he stay healthy? Can he stay on the field? Once you get pads on, like I hope for his sake that they're smart with him, where it's like, all right, let's not just try to see if he can take the hits, take the take that load on, put that load on him, because that historically is sometimes how football operations work. They're like, all right, we got to test this guy. I do think LaFleur is a little more new age. I think they're usually fairly smart with him. You don't actually, in all reality, you don't hit all that much in training camp and practice anyways.
Not anymore.
It's just thump and
When you
move.
Started, was it a lot more hitting?
It was violent. Yeah, it was.
And then 10 years before that, it was even more. It was crazy.
Yeah. Right? I mean, it was every day. Like, we said don't take him to the ground.
Yeah.
But it was like somebody got irritated, and then all of a sudden it was melees. I felt like we probably had a skirmish every thirird day.
Right. And now there's like one skirmish.
Yeah.
And then they're done with it.
And they're done. And you have to have them, honestly.
Yeah, you need one.
I don't say fights are good and all that, but let's look at it not from a fighting perspective, but more of a competitive, like juice perspective, and get it out during training camp. You're battling, you're going to war every day against an opponent. I do think some of those cross team practices where they have joint practices, those are good because you can hit somebody else. Yeah. Right. And you're not just taking it out on your teammate. But those offensive defensive guys, like in the trenches especially, they're just beating on each other day in and day out. And it's like one cheap shot and it just sends you over a week into training camp.
He is Mason Crosby. I'm Mitch Nelles, a.k.a. Thunder. It's 81 degrees in Hales Corners, partly cloudy. We do have some thunderstorms developing this afternoon. Highs will be in the mid-80s, low in the low 70s. But keep an eye on that radar because it does look like maybe some thunderstorms, which will be really nice because, like, as you're on the stage, getting introduced at the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame, if all of a sudden there's like a huge thunder strike.
Thunder will be there. Thunder's there regardless if it's happening outside. Yeah.
Someone else who's going to be there tonight, Brian Lammy.
That's right.
The president and CEO of the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame is going to join us.
The host with the most.
Yes, he is. And I want to see what shoes he's wearing. Like he's always got.
Oh, he's gonna look good.
Yeah, he's always got an outfit.
Sharp. Him and Drive will be dressed to the nines. I have a really like clean kind of fashion forward outfit, but I'm definitely not. I don't have the full garb on. And they look good. They look good doing it.
He's Mason Crosby. I'm Mitch Nelles. The Mason Crosby Show is presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers. Brian Lammy coming up next on the Mason Crosby Show. This is the Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers. My name's Mitch Nelles, a.k.a. Thunder. If you are watching on YouTube, yes, we know there's no name under Mason Crosby. If you don't know who Mason Crosby is, you're listening to the wrong state. You live in the wrong state.
You know who I am.
Exactly. We have, the way we have all the wires hooked up in here. It's like, we don't have that capability yet. But one day, technology, we will be there.
We'll get there. Yeah, like I'm not seeing anything. Are we over there? Okay, perfect.
Because technically we're on the same account.
Yeah.
So you can't have separate names. So
I have
it's okay.
It's fine, but I got this fancy camera today. So
yeah, you do. Say hi, everybody.
Yeah.
Mason Crosby, one of 3 inductees into the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame this evening, along with Joe Thomas and Ernie Johnson. Is there any way like Shaq and Kenny Smith show up?
You think
Charles?
That'd be nice. Let's have some fun.
That would be unbelievable if they showed up.
So I want to talk about my guy Ernie.
Yeah.
I got Ernie over here. He's a dog.
He's a dog.
He is a dog.
I was thinking
I
on
don't
the
want
way
to talk
over
about
here.
Chuck. I don't want to talk about Chuck though.
I will slam dunk.
Shaq's in the building all right now. Apparently, that was a great impression.
Pretty good Shaq.
That felt right. But I was thinking on the way over, and it is like when I think about the NBA, like when I just think about NBA and announcing, like I just hear Ernie's voice.
Of course,
right.
He's
It's so
been doing it for
awesome.
so long.
Yeah, it's just like that is the voice that pops into your head. It's going to be so cool to get to hang out with him for a few hours tonight.
Joining us now, the one, the only, the mastermind. He is Brian Lammy. Brian, you got us?
I got you. Super excited to join you guys. I am no mastermind, but hang out with great people, and it doesn't get any better than Mason Crosby, Ernie Johnson, voice of the NBA, and Joe Thomas. It's going to be a blast tonight.
No, we are so excited to have you on the air, and I know you and Mason have lots to talk about to catch up. But just like, I call you the mastermind because the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame really wasn't like, it was, I don't want to say it was defunct, but it was like on its last fumes. And you had the vision to build it back up. And now it's every year we have a great event. There's a golf outing. The walkway next to, can I say the Mecca? Next to UWM Panther Arena is like, you've got new boards up and new lighting and all the, how did that, you are the mastermind behind it. Like, how did that come together?
Really fortunate. It was astounding to me that 10 years ago, 11 years ago, the Hall of Fame had been dead. There were no inductions for a decade before that.
Wow.
To me, the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame, as we celebrate our 75th anniversary tonight, first induction in 1951. And as I'll talk about tonight, Jesse Owens, Connie Mack, Clark Hinkle, Don Hudson at that first event
that's
in
unbelievable.
1951. We were the first ever statewide Hall of Fame in the country. This was something that needed to be brought back and celebrated. And it's been an incredible group of board members and hardworking folks. Donald Driver came on board. Bonnie Blair is on our board. Barry Alvarez and Bud Selig have contributed. It's definitely been an incredible team effort to bring the Hall of Fame to where it is now. So excited to celebrate tonight.
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, Brian. And it's gonna be a fun night. We actually, it's funny, you came on whenever I was got this honor, and we talked a little bit, but I was thinking this morning, it was kind of funny, and I was like, maybe just share with everyone how the process works. As far as, who votes for the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame inductees and how all that works, just to, make sure that everyone knows there's no collusion here. We do work together, in a marketing and in a business sense, but I just want to make sure, this is all in the up and up. Everything, is going, as planned over there at the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame.
Nice.
There's no doubt. I'm only one vote of about 25. So the great news is we get into some really fun conversations because we're covering all sports and contributors throughout Wisconsin. But anybody can go and nominate on the website at wihalloffame.com. That's open 24/7, 365.
Ryan Longwell.
Exactly.
Whatever feels right to you, Mitch.
Nice.
So yeah, anybody can nominate. And then we've got a committee of about 20 to 25 board members, depending on how many folks we have at the time, that are voting. And it's hard. How do you compare Mason Crosby, the all-time leading scorer, to Ernie Johnson, whose father, was involved with the Braves, as a broadcaster, to Joe Thomas in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, to Bonnie Blair, 5-time Olympic gold medalist. It's not always apples to apples, but that's fun. That's great sports talk radio. And that's, I think, why people enjoy the Hall of Fame, is seeing that wide range. We get into some exciting conversations with very little yelling as we make final
very
decisions.
little. Yeah, exactly.
But a little.
I like that.
Yeah.
Very little yelling. That's so good.
I have a question about that process as well. Is there anybody, and I don't know if you really want to name names, but is there anybody who's been nominated over the past couple of years who is close? And you don't have to tell us if there is someone, but who's not in yet. Are there people that you're like, oh man, I can't believe this person's not in yet?
That, who you
where
just
it's they might get in the next couple of years or however it works out, but for whatever reason the timing just hasn't worked out yet.
I think we've had a few candidates that we voted in, and the timing hasn't quite worked out for them just to come and accept the honor in person. So I think we've got some major names in the state of Wisconsin that we're still excited to induct in the future. And there's been some people that have said, hey, I want to do this. I can't wait, but I always have a racing event that weekend. Or Steve Stricker, we tried for a couple of years to get on board. He had a few things like the Ryder Cup and other golf outings that conflicted.
I almost spit out my coffee there. That was great.
Hey, Brian, we all know golf usually takes precedent over most things, so I understand that.
I know it does for you, brother, and understandably did for Steve too. So we are patient, and we'll put people in at the right time and place.
That's awesome. I cannot wait for the event tonight. We got a busy weekend of things as well. So I got the inaugural Border Brouhaha there in Beloit at Skycarp Stadium, the ABC Supply Stadium, the home of the Beloit Skycarp. Sorry. And then the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame golf event on Monday as well. So tell us about what this weekend holds and all the fun events that are going on.
It really is remarkable. We are so looking forward to the inaugural Border Brouhaha, Wisconsin versus Illinois. We just confirmed a Northwestern football player this morning who's going to be trying to kick your butt, Mason, and
nice.
Win the deal for Illinois, but all for a good cause. We're going to raise money for Make-A-Wish, who you've obviously been a long-term supporter of, and we're just excited to raise money. We'll have thousands of fans in the house. We're even doing a TV broadcast of the game. So excited that Mitch and our friends at The Fan are going to be there participating in a part of that game on Sunday. And then Monday at Grand Geneva, we actually do have one or two foursomes left. I think the biggest star-studded golf field we've had, with you and Jordy and Donald Driver and Bonnie Blair. Greg Marcus is going to be there as well. I just think we're going to have a ton of great celebrities participating and raising some money for the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame Foundation, which we're super excited about.
That's awesome. I can't wait. I'm excited for all these events. Golf games coming around, so hopefully I can be a contributor there as well, and come away with a trophy. What does the winner get?
Coming around.
Can I ask what the winner gets
for the best golfer I've ever met?
Well, I'm always you got to stay humble and you got to stay working and chasing something. That's always how I operate. I tell my son, I tell Nolan that all the time, and you know how this is, Brian and Mitch. With your kids, it's like, dude, he sometimes says things and I'm like, I love you, man, but let somebody else tell you how great you are. What's going on here? A little humility sometimes. But what does the winner get for the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame golf event? Because I just want to know what to prepare for. I got to get my speech ready, all those things.
I like that. That's awesome. There's so many cool prizes. We've got everything from golf swag to autographed merchandise would be unique. I get it for a guy like you, but your entire team would get some autographed merch from some of these legends playing. There's Brian, some cool prizes.
If Mason wins, I think he should get a Mason Crosby signed mini helmet. That would be amazing if you just presented that to him.
That'd be perfect.
Here's a Mason Crosby.
We need that in this, in the station. I'll bring it in.
We do.
Yeah.
We need
I'll
stuff.
tell you what, Mason is going to get a couple of Mason things tonight, but we think they're pretty cool, one-of-a-kind items he's never seen before.
Wow.
So
Nice.
we're hoping those are going to stand out. But here's a great thing back to golf and prizes. Mason, if you make a hole-in-one private jet trip, thanks to our friends at Jet Out. So you want to take a private plane somewhere, round trip, all you got to do is make a hole-in-one on Sunday. Or
Done.
on Monday, excuse me.
Done. I'm in.
Yeah, say less. Right?
Yeah, that's easy. I've never made one, but might as well do it on Monday. That sounds like a perfect time.
Why do you need another private jet, Mason?
What are you
talking about?
I would have to tell my team, my pilot, and I put my jet on standby. But I'm willing to do it. Anything free, I'm good for.
Well, Brian, as much as Mason would run a private jet, he'd really just want some super long van so that he could take all the Crosbys on a road trip.
Do you see that out there?
I've not. Do you have it?
Do you know I drove here? I was going to talk about that in the next segment.
Okay.
I drove here yesterday because that's what great dads do. And, whenever you need to get the fam somewhere and you need all the stuff, you just jump in that van and you cruise. So, yeah, it's
I was going to say like a Chevy Chase vacation remix, but with the Crosby family, with some of these long journeys you've had.
Exactly.
Reality TV at its best, Brian. I think you hit on something right there.
I will say the van is a lifesaver, and we only made 2 stops in an 8.5 hour drive.
That's impressive.
The girls were locked in. I mean, they have the life back there. 35-inch TV. They're watching movies, hanging out. I'm just up there, just like, kill me now. Like legs are falling asleep, but. So Brian,
Tommy's back there laughing like, yep, that's totally normal.
That's normal. Yeah.
35-inch TV in the conversion van.
It's like flying first class for them in the back. Yeah, it's a nice deal.
They deserve it.
Exactly.
You keep your eyes on the road.
For sure.
They get to party.
Yeah, they're back there to party. We got Brian Lammy with Lammy Sports on. He is hosting the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame tonight. Are you the main host? Does Driver try to take over? Like, how is it going to work tonight? Just for our preparation.
For sure, Donald Driver will be contributing as a board chair and contributor for sure. But I'll also be on stage asking people to donate and thanking our partners. But the sweet stuff are certainly going to be the one-on-one interviews. Mason, with you and with Joe and with Ernie Thomas. Ernie Johnson, excuse me. So many great names rattling in my head.
Hey, they're all mixed up.
That's all right.
Yeah, and then we're also honoring Bob Uecker and Junior Bridgman, just their lives, and there'll be some really touching tributes. The Brewers announcing team is going to be there. The Milwaukee Bucks are providing trophies for fans to get photos with, and they very graciously shared some incredible videos. 2 of the all-time icons in our state, and we're just really excited to honor them as well. So there'll be a lot of really compelling, fascinating content for all of our attendees tonight, for sure.
And if y'all do anything too, like over the top and remember like that, and I look down and like Molly's crying or something, like honestly, like again, I reflect a lot, but like sometimes, it's just always positive, but like things like this, like I could see it if I look down and like Molly, my parent, whatever, if I see any tears, who knows? Like it's kind of one of those cool moments to be able to like look back, on a career and a time that, I don't have the moments to sit back and do that all the time. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Well, I love that your family is going to be here too. Bonnie Blair, again, 5-time Olympic gold medal winners, one of the greatest Olympic athletes in our history. She talks about going into the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame is her favorite sports moment ever.
That's awesome.
Her family couldn't fly to Lillehammer. They can't fly all over the world and afford those trips. But this was a chance for everybody to come together. Sometimes your kids are a little older, maybe have a greater appreciation versus them seeing you make a game-winning kick when they're 3 years old.
Sure.
Whatever the timing may be. So that to me is really cool that the athletes that we induct, the contributors we induct, talk about what a special moment this is for their family. Ernie Johnson has a couple of older kids in town that have never been to Milwaukee before, and they're getting to see where he grew up in Wauwatosa. So there are these great moments and look back. Mason, the more tears, the better.
All right. Well, yeah, I definitely, I think my kids in this, this retirement kind of journey that's been happening this off season, this spring, are realizing like what I did for a living. Like I remember when I retired in Green Bay and like did the Packers press conference, like they all were asked, they're just like, Dad, you actually did this for a long, like you were decent. That's interesting. Like we came to games and we watched you, but now they kind of are realizing what that actually looked like. It is pretty cool.
Yeah. Brian, yep. Brian, you still good?
I'm good. I got you back.
All
right.
Oh, perfect. All right. So I had a question real quick about the border brouhaha, because we've all been to celebrity games where there's a home run derby. Well, apparently before the game on Sunday, there's going to be a little bit a twist on that, like some sort of field goal kicking something or other.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on before the game itself, Brian?
We're so excited about both the home run derby, but also a fan in the stands getting some quick coaching from Mason. Can they kick a field goal and win a cash prize? So one of a kind, we've got the greatest kicker in Packers history. Can somebody come out there, kick a field goal under pressure, walk away with $1,000? We're super excited to see. If people haven't bought their tickets yet, one more reason to come and be a part of this, and you may walk off with $1,000 cash. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, that's worth
Very
it right
cool.
there. Yeah,
That's
an
awesome.
opportunity to come out there. Yeah, we'll give you a quick little tutorial, maybe even, just show you a thing or two. I'll probably have my kids out there, giving their best effort, and then, see if a fan can come out and crush a field goal.
Giving their best effort. No one's going to come up and kick like a 55-yarder.
No one can
and
get
be
it
like,
done.
I'm ready for the NFL now. Brian, will you represent me? Forget my dad.
Again, humility. He'd probably make one and like put his hand and be like, Dad, you owe me $1,000. We're not doing that, Brian, by the way.
We'll put that 1,000, on your tab. I'll cover the other $1,000.
Yeah, there we go. Well, Brian, hey, really appreciate you. I can't wait for tonight and all the festivities going on this weekend. Can't say enough about how honored I am to be going in the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame, and really appreciate you jumping on.
Thank you both. And Mason and Mitch, we'll see you both tonight. Thanks for being there.
That's
Yes,
right.
sir. You bet. Thank you so
All
much.
right. Thanks,
Brian Lammy, CEO, president, and mastermind of the revival of the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame. And it's really cool. Even the walkway right outside of the Mecca, UWM Panther Arena.
Yeah.
Some of us lived here in the 90s and remember it, or even earlier than that.
Mecca.
My Uncle Dick was a beer vendor there during Bucks
nice.
games back in the 70s and 80s.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's going to be a great event tonight.
Yep.
Definitely looking forward to it. Definitely, I think there'll be a lot of tears in the crowd, when they do some Junior Bridgman and Bob Uecker stuff.
Sure.
Can't wait to see Molly just bawling for you. And actually, I want her to start crying, and I want to make you cry.
Yeah.
Like,
well, she does.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. She might, as long as the kids are doing what they need to be doing, and she's not like
not having to wrangle
manage them. They're they're good. But
do you need me to come down and be Mr. Mom? Because we
got grandparents, we got some hands, and Nolan will keep everyone in line as well.
Karen Crosby's going to be here?
Karen and Jim Crosby are coming. They will be here this midday.
Now Mitch is definitely going to cry.
I was going to say, do you think after the event that we could get Karen Crosby to come out for a pop?
Yeah. We're actually we're heading to Moe's after, so y'all join us over there, and we can. Yeah, we can have a cocktail and some apps and some snacks after.
Awesome.
After the event. It's gonna be great.
I'm gonna chop it up with Jim.
Oh yeah,
I have so many questions.
Oh, Jimbo, you're gonna love Jim Crosby.
Yeah.
He's the best.
Cannot wait. Again, our thanks to Brian Lammy jumping on, joining us here on the guest hotline powered by Gruber Law. One call, that's all.
That's all.
And, we usually do Mason's Extra Points at the end of the show, but we got a couple minutes here after we come back from break to just jump into like what Human Wednesday was like yesterday. What a 8.5 hour drive. I didn't know you were driving. If I'd known you were driving, I would have taken off yesterday. I would have flown down and driven back with you. Man, there's nothing I like more than a road trip.
I don't mind a road trip. Honestly, it's just like locked in.
I mean, Tommy, wait.
It was so good.
Wait a minute.
What?
Was Tommy not really sick yesterday? Did Tommy actually
He was with me, yeah.
He was with you the whole time?
He was with me the whole time.
What if he was?
That's why he got sick.
Yeah.
I just did the 35. I was in the back of the van. I wasn't with him, it sounds like.
Seriously.
Yeah, what?
Trolls 2.
Exactly.
All the bangers.
Crushing them.
He's Mason Crosby. Tommy Orts is here again. Our thanks to Brian Lammy for joining us on the guest hotline powered by Gruber Law. When we come back, we've got we're going to get into Mason's brain, but we've got Drew Wagner coming up at 10. We got Brewers Talk coming up at 10. The next winning streak has started. We're at 1. It's not a streak yet, but we're on our way. We were so close to burning.
I was so upset.
We can still go to George Webb. George Webb still is open.
Yeah.
For those of you Wisconsinites who want to support a local business, George Webb's is still
It's still there.
They're still
but
there.
everyone was hoping for that free burger.
We were.
Come on.
He's Mason Crosby. This is the Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers. This
Perfect song.
hold on, wrong one. I hit the wrong button. Go ahead.
No, this is a great song to come back for what we were talking about in the break. So
It totally is.
feels right.
Yeah. This is the Mason Crosby Show presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers. Before we get to it, Mason, like the guys from Verizon set me up with a new phone.
Yeah.
I still haven't gone and picked it up. I think maybe today.
Just waiting.
I think maybe this afternoon. I don't know. I just feel
Admittedly,
like I've been busy.
and I feel like I need to apologize to the Verizon crew because I have literally been traveling and so busy that I have not had a chance to go and do my whole setup thing. Yeah, but I will do that. Don't worry.
Have you been getting great service everywhere you've traveled to?
I have great service. Yeah.
There you go.
We're crushing it everywhere
Verizon.
we go.
Love it. And so the Mason Crosby Show, Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers, and of course the Fan Studios powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook, where Mason just got here yesterday, so we haven't had a chance to enjoy the sportsbook yet.
Not yet.
But I have a feeling that there will be a visit to the sportsbook.
I do have an idea. Like yes, so I'll be back in town on Monday. So I'll be staying.
The golf outing.
Yeah, I'll be staying over there on Monday because I'll be in the show. I'll do the show here again on Tuesday, and then take that drive back to Nashville. But
cannot wait.
Yeah, I was thinking though. I didn't realize until I just was kind of looking at it though. Brewers play Cubs on Monday.
Yes, they do.
I don't know.
Yes, they do.
I don't know if that might need to happen.
Wow.
Little
business just picked up,
yeah,
Mr. Wertz.
A little Brewers.
I'm cool with that.
Let's go.
Brewers mess around, then head to Pato after.
Are you paying for the
that.
parking? Because they upcharge it when the Cubs come here. So
We'll figure something
Have
out.
you met Mason Crosby?
We'll figure.
He
We'll
knows
figure
people.
something out.
just
He knows people.
just saying, like
I'm not part. I mean, I have the van. Like I can just be like, hey, yeah, I'm dropping people off. I'm like one of the limo services. Just let me
could
park.
just
in
I'm
watch
Mason
the
Crosby.
game in the back of the van.
Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Famer.
We can
watch the game.
I
in the
get,
back of the van.
I get YouTube TV in that thing. I
Have
mean,
you
we can watch
talked
everything.
to a parking attendant at any one of these things? It's like they've never heard of the sport that they're at ever.
That's kind
I
of true.
just went.
Except for the one guy who is like a crazy fan and wants to tell you
When we
about
were
Quinn
at
Priester.
Summerfest,
There's always somebody. Yeah.
trying to find the gate, I was like, "Is this stage?" And the person's like, "I have no idea. I have no idea what stage
Just-
this
yeah.
is."
Right.
Like you're literally
No.
doing
Hey,
security,
hell, they're not even in the festival.
right?
But nowhere.
it's not fair.
Know where you are though.
Same thing. Like yeah. So
Like, hey, should I park here or here? Which is, if I'm sitting in the left field bleachers, should I park here or there? They're like, why don't you take a bus?
it's right.
I'm here right now.
You shouldn't have parked. Yeah, you shouldn't
Exactly.
have driven.
So, Mace, you the drive in yesterday, getting all the kids like in the right place at the
Yeah.
right time. How you feeling today?
I mean, I feel good. I was pretty tired, when we got here. It's weird how, you relatively, you have to stay focused. I mean, I'm driving a car, but you don't do a lot. And then you get in and you're like, so we went and swam, like got the kid, because the girls were cooped up for, 8 hours, 9 hours. And so we jumped in the pool, swam around, played a little sharks and minnows, and just got them. Then, they felt so fancy because then we got room service, and
Love that.
they put on their pajamas and their robes and they're like, oh, this is the best. This is the life. So that's always fun. And it's fun when you get to separate the kids out. Like, so I had the three littlest ones, Elizabeth, who will be 10 in August, then our twin 8-year-olds, and then Molly flew in last night with the two older ones. So we're ready to roll. They're excited for the event. They just keep saying, like, I just can't wait to go to this fancy event and all this stuff.
Do they know that it's like-
they have their dresses. They're
It's
ready.
like fancy-ish.
They're gonna look good. Yeah.
No, they're gonna look great.
They love
They're gonna
celebrations.
I have a feeling there will be a daughter, and you can predict which one. On the
I
air
know
right now if you
exactly
want.
which one. Yeah.
There's going to be a daughter that steals the show tonight.
Christine will. Yeah. I've already tried to tell her, but she doesn't. Whenever she sees the spotlight, she jumps right into it.
Wasn't Christine the one that literally asked
Yes.
the best questions
Yes,
during
that's
the
right.
press conference? Like I wouldn't be shocked.
She loves a microphone.
She loves a mic. She's gonna be.
Love it.
Molly will literally probably have her hand over her mouth, like just stop, because she's gonna be like, Dad, like I want to ask a
Can
question.
Christine bribe one of her siblings to like block your mom, like
Take
pull like
it.
full offensive line
Yeah.
on your mom, so that she can have the pathway to the
Well,
stage?
Joe Thomas there could help out.
That's true.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Joe's not as big as he once was.
No, he's not.
But he's still.
He's
yoked.
done a nice
He's
job.
shredded. Gosh.
He's done a nice job
Yeah.
losing it.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
I know offensive
crazy.
linemen and defensive line, like that's a big deal for some of these
Yeah.
guys.
He also
But-
did it in like a month. Like he was in the league
Right.
and then he looked jacked.
He's one of those
immediately.
guys, though, and there's you can always tell the O linemen more than the D line that are the guys that have to try so hard to keep the weight on. And Joe was one of those guys. I know he probably had to just eat more than he ever thought he should and all of that just to stay like at the weight to be a great left tackle. And then as soon as he was done, it was like, I mean, he got down to like what, 240?
Probably, yeah.
And is just shredded.
I have a friend who played O-line in the league, and like I remember talking to him when he was about to retire, and he's like, I'm going to lose 75 pounds right away.
Yeah.
Like I need to. Like I'm, 300 plus.
Yeah.
Like it's not healthy. Well, it's been, I don't know, 10 years.
Yeah.
He's still, he never lost. And it's like, he still battles with it like he'd like to, but he's just like, he's kind of like resigned himself to that.
Have you remember Billy Turner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure,
So Billy, one of my all-time favorite teammates as well. He was just such a great guy and so interesting. So in the off season, he would get down to like 260.
Like every season,
every offseason.
That's a lot.
He'd lose weight, and then like by come like April, he'd start getting it back, and by the season, like so he would like yo-yo like that every year, which I thought was fascinating. Like how much weight he would trim, but he liked to golf, he liked to be active, he liked to do stuff, and he's like, I can't do that like in my time off if I'm like weighing 320 pounds. So he would lose, and he would like yo-yo. It was almost like an acting job, right? Like some of those actors that will lose and gain all that weight. Yeah, it's like he would get into his football role come training camp.
All right, we got Drew Wagner coming up next. Brewers lose 1-0 to Seattle 2 nights ago. They respond with a 10-2 butt whooping yesterday, and it was like every inning they were just putting multiple hits. It was awesome to watch. It was a lot of fun. I'm sure the girls were not watching that. That's probably not what they had on.
We did not have
YouTube
that
TV.
on, no. Yeah.
As much as you try to bribe them, be like, hey, you should watch the Brewers game. Dad, we're watching our movie.
And I'm a responsible driver, so I was, I checked.
We're watching our stories.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they've always said. Drew Wagner coming up next on the Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers, in the Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
What's the latest on the crew? Let's go inside the clubhouse with Drew Wagner of Forbes Sports on the Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Thunder Nelles. Brought to you by Verizon, the #1 network in Milwaukee on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan. Inside the clubhouse is brought to you by Focus Baseball, because fundamental development starts with focus. Find them at focusbaseball.com.
This is the Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers. And you know what that music means. Our Milwaukee baseball insider, writer for Forbes Sports. He covers the Brewers every day. He is Mr. Drew Wagner. Drew, good morning.
Good morning. Wondering where my invitation was. Apparently, my nomination for the Hall of Fame must have got lost in the mail.
Who'd you nominate?
I gotta talk. Me.
You nominated yourself?
I assume someone did, and Lammy must have just lost it in the files somewhere because, you think Hall of Fame, you think Wag.
Go
they
ahead.
did say that they have some people that have been voted in, but just have not been able to accept the award. So I'm thinking you're one of those.
That's probably what happened.
Too many fences to
I will
fix.
say, hats off to what Brian Lammy and the gang have done with that Walk of Fame. I'm from Milwaukee, like Mitch. I grew up here, and I remember going to Bucks and Admirals games at the old arena, and I remember when all of those plaques were basically just hanging in the lobby of the box office and main entrance there at the arena. And I lived downtown when they were building that Walk of Fame and making the transition, and it's awesome. If you've walked past it, probably going to a game,
Yep.
But if you've never stopped to look at some of the names that are on there, Wisconsin sports history is really rich. There are some legendary names.
Yeah.
Check it out sometime. Give yourself an extra half hour to walk through and read all the plaques. It's really phenomenal. Hats off to Brian Lammy and the gang. And, one of these days, I'll see my ugly mug hanging up there.
I totally agree.
Mason, do you know what artwork or what picture they're basing your plaque from? How that works?
I have no clue.
Okay.
Yeah. And I didn't ask the questions, I like going into these things a little blind.
Yeah.
Where it's just all right, I'm going to
I
enjoy
just
it
hope
like
they
everyone
hang
else.
mine in the men's room. That's what I want.
Nice.
Hang mine in the men's room.
I think you do like Han Solo have to get frozen in carbonite, and then they take that
That'd be
face
awesome.
off.
Is
and
that what's
that's what they
happening
use.
tonight?
Yeah.
Do I do like a face imprint?
That'd be amazing.
That would be awesome.
That would be.
Let's do that.
All right, so Drew Wagner, what better way to respond to losing an 11-game winning streak, losing 1-0, than getting 973 hits in a baseball game and just every starter getting a hit, 17 hits, 10-2 win. What a statement for the Brewers to make yesterday.
Yeah. 973 hits, 119 runs. I mean, that was impressive. We have talked time and time again about the way that this team just responds. That was their calling card last year. Never lost more than 3 in a row. This year, they got knocked around early on, but they've been able to respond. Every time they get knocked down, every time they take a punt, they respond. And yesterday was probably the biggest one yet. Because listen, there's no shame in losing 1-0 to the Mariners. There's no shame in costing an entire city beloved Freeburgers. Not bitter, totally not bitter.
No, none of us are, right?
Right, and you still come out there and you absolutely lay the wood on your opponent. A very good opponent, too, might I add. That to me says, well, this is a good team. This isn't luck. Don't look past us. We're for real.
I totally agree. I mean, if you look at this, the box score, and it's okay, they were tied in the second inning 2-2, and then just shut the Seattle team down. And it was so weird because, the game before, that has to be one of the first games this season that I can remember that low of a score. Like a 1-0. It just doesn't even, it didn't even seem right. Whenever I was tracking that, I'm like, what is going on right now? How did that, how do you think that happened?
Well,
as opposed to where their bats are and obviously with the rebound that they had yesterday.
And to that point, before you answer that question, Drew, I believe the last time they were shut out, which was June 8th by San Diego, was also a 1-0 game. So if you're going to beat this team,
Yeah, you're gonna
you better shut them
You got
out.
to shut them down.
Yeah. Listen, momentum is as good as your next day's starting pitch. It's a cliche. It's a time and true adage, but it's accurate. You could be the hottest team in the world. If you come in the next day against someone who's got it, they're going to shut you down. And it just so happened that day, the Mariners were able to shut the Brewers down. They had their pitching lined up. It was spot on. And let's face it, the Brewers were no slouch either. One bad pitch to a guy who's hitting everything to the moon these days. Not a bad game at all. Yeah, it was a bummer, but not a bad game, not a bad loss. And then you go out and you still win the series. You can't win 162, but you can win a lot of series, and that's what the Brewers have to do.
Yeah, so who impressed you the most yesterday? I mean, I'm just looking at it, and it's like Bryce Durang had 3 hits. That guy has just been on fire. Originally, when I looked, I didn't think Yelich had a hit. Did they give him one late? Kind of after review?
I think it was a little swibber.
Okay.
Listen, Sparky asked me a similar question yesterday, like who stands out for you during, this recent run over the last couple weeks, couple months, and honestly, it's nobody. This isn't one of those things where it's one guy carrying them on the back. You're getting a complete effort, 1 through 26, and you could even say like 1 through 30 because they've been bringing guys up and down to plug holes here, and those guys are contributing. That's the thing that makes this team really good is they're not relying on one guy to carry the load. They're not relying on Christian Yelich to provide the big blast. They're not relying on Jackson Chourio to provide the big damage. They're getting contributions from up and down the order, and I guess if something really stands out to me, I would say it's the bottom of the order guys. Those are the guys that are setting the stage and putting everyone in position.
Isaac Collins.
So we're going to have to start putting some respect in Isaac Collins' name.
For sure. Yeah.
Listen, this dude.
I don't know. Mitch and Tommy they've been loving him all for a while now.
He's a dog.
Did you?
He's
a
dog.
But I think you put him on Thunder Watch though at one point, didn't you?
He was at one point, yeah.
Okay.
Thunder Watch.
That's what happened.
That in a while.
Yeah. Yep. Thunder put him on Thunder Watch, and then he just responded.
He responded, right?
Yeah.
He got motivated.
Yeah, you motivated him.
Exactly.
Yeah, I appreciate you doing that. I'm looking at the pitching as well, and so Quinn Priester. I mean, what a dog. I mean, what an outing. And he went a little longer. He went 7 innings. Yeah. And to only have 2 pitchers yesterday is actually probably exactly what this team needed, right?
Exactly.
Just like they needed to let that bullpen have a day. Or have some rest.
2 pitchers going into an off day with a tough schedule coming up. That's huge. I mean, you're going in now, because let's face it, everyone's looking at Monday, right? Everyone's got Monday circled on the calendar.
Mason Crosby has Monday circled.
Miami.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah,
I heard that.
Yeah,
Mason
I don't know.
Maybe make it an appearance.
Yeah, I might need to call in some favors and see if I can get some good seats.
Yeah, listen, Monday is going to be huge. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Cubs in town. Obviously, the place is going to be jumping. But those 3 games against Miami are sitting in between. And this is something that we talked about going into the break 2 weeks ago. You're coming off that high of sweeping the Dodgers at home, and you're playing against a pretty awful Washington team. Perfect trap series. The same thing applies here. You're coming off a hell of a road trip. You're playing red-hot baseball. You've got your arch rival and the team you're in it with looming on Monday. But those 3 games against Miami, they may seem like a walkover, pushover, whatever you want to call it. These are big games. So you're going into them with a fully rested bullpen, offense is clicking on all cylinders. These are must-win games. It sounds stupid to say, but these games against Miami are must-win games because you drop a couple here, and the Cubs are playing the White Sox this weekend. You could be looking up at the Cubs rear end come Monday, so you've got to be ready to play Friday night.
Wow, you heard it right here. Drew Wagner, our Brewers clubhouse insider, saying some must wins, which I feel like Drew doesn't say that all the time, especially here in July, where it's like these are important games. And I totally agree with you. I mean, you're going into a weekend leading into playing against the Cubs, who are chasing you right now. And these are going to be really important. So let's
Mason, you beat the Bears, and you got the Lions coming up in 2 weeks, and you're playing home against the Browns. You can't overlook the Browns.
No, never.
Right?
Yeah.
No, you can overlook the Browns.
That is true. I mean, that may be a bad example.
That is. Don't overlook the Marlins. Win these games.
Yeah.
Like, focus. Yeah.
I like it.
And that's something the Brewers have been really good at this year. And this goes back to Murph's mantra, the whole win tonight thing. Whatever happened yesterday doesn't matter. Whatever happens tomorrow, you can't worry about that yet because you have a hard enough job just winning tonight. And the same thing I always say, because people talk about, well, this could be a sweep or whatever. Well, you can't win 3 till you win 2. You can't win 2 till you win 1. So you focus on the one that's ahead of you. Unless, of course, it's the Cleveland Browns because, well, even God hates Cleveland.
Wow.
Well, that's a big statement, but yeah. So looking at kind of the pitcher rundown, I mean, yeah, sorry Marlins, but like that just lined up really bad for them. I'm seeing that who they got, Peralta on the mound to start, and then you have Quintana, and then Woodruff to come off of that. So. Does that mean?
But every series is like that.
I know. I mean, the starting pitchers are just insane.
And if you don't get the top 3, you're still getting Miz in there. Like it is ridiculous how good the Brewers starting rotation is right now.
It really is. I mean, I just look at their stats and their win-loss. Like, I mean, obviously this is a great baseball team and they're playing amazing right now, but those starting pitchers just give them that juice to allow them to do that. Like you said, like if they're not shut out, if they don't keep them from scoring runs, and we've said it all year, it's like, and the stats speak for themselves, right? When they get to 4 runs, they are relatively unbeatable. So it's like this bullpen, these starting pitchers have been exceptional. I am so juiced. I am hoping I can sneak to that first game against the Cubs on Monday, because that one's going to be epic. Let's talk about that series a little bit as Council's coming to town. All the booze, all the energy, all that excitement. What do you think that game is going to feel like on Monday night against the Cubs?
It's going to be a bleep show, I think is the best way of putting it.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, especially, let's face it, the Cubs probably going to have a pretty good weekend on the south side. I would say at least 2 or 3. Although the Sox have been playing some pretty decent baseball lately.
But still.
Yeah. You figure the Cubs are going to win 2 or 3. You hope the Brewers win 2 or 3. I mean, this is going to be either tied or one game up or down going into Monday. You're playing your arch rival, all the Council drama, add in all the tension of the division race.
Let's go!
Add in the copious amounts of liquid that Wisconsinites will be consuming to stay hydrated in our hot temperatures. It's going to be I feel a little bad for the security staff at the old ballpark. I feel like they're going to be busy on Monday.
We were talking about parking over there as well. So do you have a special parking spot? Can we just ride in with you if we end up getting to the game?
We do have media parking.
Okay, I'll need to get one of those.
We get bounced up. But I'll tell people this because, like, I see the number of people guzzling during games and then getting in their cars and driving home, and I think that's absolutely stupid.
I agree.
Go take one of the bar shuttles. I mean, there are so many bars in the Milwaukee area
and they're in
that
and
have
out.
free shuttles.
Really?
Yeah.
Does Potawatomi used to have a shuttle?
I'm sure they do.
Yeah, if they have a shuttle, we could just
just go there.
from Potawatomi.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Save
Now
yourself
we're
some money. Save yourself some risk. Save other people on the road. Just take a shuttle, get as cranked as you want, and get a safe ride home.
Perfect.
Say less.
We have a plan.
Done.
Yep.
I don't know how Tommy's going to get there, but
Drew, I have a question.
Yeah,
actually,
Tommy's not invited.
I do have a question because I don't get to talk to you
Yeah,
today
exactly.
or
In person.
yesterday. Are we gonna have to eventually see the Brewers switch up Brandon Woodruff, Jacob Mizorowski back to back so they don't just destroy
talked about
every
that.
single bullpen arm?
Maybe. That could be. We still don't know how they're going to use Miz the rest of the way. And Sparky brought it up yesterday. I think there's some valid to his point, which pains me to say. because I never like to give Sparky credit.
That's
Fair,
painful,
fair,
right?
fair.
Yeah, I could see them kind of backing off Miz in certain games and saving his bullets for bigger outings, like against the Cubs. They have to be very careful with him. Splitting up Woody and Miz might, in the end, be the best thing, depending on how things track with Woodruff in terms of his innings and how deep he's going. I think they're just being cautious right now, and they'll probably use Woody the same way that they're using Miz. Just be cautious with him in certain games. I think it helped with those two guys because you had the off day coming up. So you could be a little more aggressive with the bullpen. But I think they'll take that into account. I think they'll take the schedule into account. I think they'll take the opponents into account, and they'll find a way to manage those guys and the bullpen the best way possible.
Man, you seem. I feel a pep and an energy in your voice today, Drew, and I feel like that's because on the project I'm working today on this street, there are 5 other projects going on in the neighborhood, and I have the best tools out of all the contractors on this block. Of course. That's so good. Yeah. What else you got for him, boys? You got anything?
No, just it's a day off.
I'm excited.
It's a day off, and you talked about it earlier. The day off after Priester goes 7, and we finally there was an APB out, right? Drew?
Yeah.
There was an APB out on Tobias Myers, and we finally found him.
When I heard on the radio yesterday that Myers was coming into the game, I actually texted Jack and Stupid Kurt, and I'm like, wait, I totally forgot that Myers was on the active roster. Yeah. I thought he got sent back down.
Tommy had brought that up on Monday, that he was on the roster, and they're not even doing anything.
He hasn't pitched. He's just hanging out, playing golf. I think I said, I hope he's a great golfer.
Yeah, so the fact that they got that pitching performance yesterday and a day off today, I know we've talked ridiculous. A lot about Uribe and Mears and Jared Koenig. I was going to say Koenig, but Koenig, just like the overuse of some of these guys. Well, not just to get like the day off, which is the scheduled day off today,
multiple
but
days. Yesterday,
like they didn't even get up. Like nobody even had to get up.
So good.
Nobody had to throw the ball. I just love that they had that opportunity to just like rest and relax. Yes, you hope that they don't overuse them against the Marlins, because then the bullpen, not just the starters, not just the lineup, but the bullpen is ready for Chicago.
Yeah, and that's a tough lineup. But again, got to get through these next 3 games before you can even start thinking about Chicago.
Yeah, I think this weekend's really important. Just go out there, at least get win the series, like you always say, get 2 out of 3, and come back home against this Cubs team and just be ready to roll, because it's going to be tough. However you want to look at it, they are maybe the 2 best teams, and as far as I know, Mitch loves power rankings. I was just looking at the power rankings. I mean, they have Brewers 1, Cubs 2 in those power rankings, and I feel like the baseball power ranking is a little interesting because it's just like, aren't they just have the best records? Like that's kind of easy to line up, but they are playing some great baseball, and I cannot wait for these series to take off.
Real quick, Drew, who's your pick for the Alumni Home Run Derby tomorrow?
Ooh,
I'm riding the Yo wagon. I'm on the Yo train here. Yeah, I think he's good. I watched that dude take batting practice for however many years, and the guy can rake. I'm taking the sleeper pick. I was a little bummed to find out that Pato doesn't have they don't got odds.
They don't have a line for that.
They should.
Yeah, they don't have action on it. Otherwise, I'd be down there laying some wood right now.
I've heard rumors that Bronny's actually been taking BP, and Bronny wants it.
I saw a video of it.
Yeah.
He looked pretty good.
Yeah, this doesn't shock me at all. Braun will come in and I'm taking the Yo. I'm taking the Yo.
Braun pretends he's happy-go-lucky, and then when there's competition, he's forget it. I'm all in.
You got to.
Yeah.
That's just how it works. I mean, I was taking BP last week for my softball game, so I'm ready to go.
Love it. Cannot wait. Drew, thank you so much for jumping on, and we'll catch up with you again on Monday to preview the Cubs series and, of course, look back at the weekend that was. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon.
Sounds like a plan. And Mason, it pains me to say this, considering your previous employer, but congratulations on a well-deserved honor.
Thank you.
Hope it goes great tonight. Hope your speech is good. Hope the kids don't. Hope you don't cry. But yeah, long-time legend in the state, even though it was for that team, and I'll begrudgingly accept that.
All right,
Nice.
Drew, man, coming from you, I really appreciate that. That means a lot. I know that's tough for you to say. So thanks so much, man. And it's, we're going to have a fun one tonight and look forward to chatting it up on Monday. Appreciate you, buddy.
Sounds good, brother. Have a great weekend.
All right, thanks.
That's Drew Wagner. Thanks to him for joining us on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call, that's all. And it's gonna be a fun one tonight. It's gonna be a fun one at the ballpark for sure tomorrow for that home run derby. Hopefully, it's a good one at the ballpark all weekend long, and the Brewers take care of business against the Marlins. I know we're all looking forward to the Cubs on Monday, but you got to take care of these three at home against the Marlins first.
Yeah, exactly. It's good. It's good that they kind of have this. Like they can kind of take it to a team here. Just kind of keep this momentum going. And yeah, I'm excited to see who goes out in this home run derby. My money's on Bronny. I mean, it's just like
it's hard not.
He's got to be the favorite.
I just hope Prince gets hot. Because if Prince
that
gets
would be
hot,
awesome.
He'll hit like 10 in a row.
And that'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be great.
It's gonna be a good time.
Yep. Is Joel Clatt your buddy?
Joel Clatt, yeah.
Yeah. Is he your buddy?
Yeah, he texts me back when I text him, so that's good.
That counts.
I feel like that. Yeah,
for ducking our show.
For guy relationships, I feel like that's pretty solid.
Yeah, he is ducking the show. But so's the quarterback.
Yeah, he can't
of the
handle
Steelers.
this heat, though.
The quarterback of the Steelers is also ducking the show.
Yeah, he just can't handle the heat, all the hard, heavy hitting questions that we throw at him. But no, he said he'll come on at some point. But he has his own thing he's doing as well. So we'll try to get him on. But I do want to talk about some of the comments.
He was a little mean to our Badgers yesterday.
He was mean. He was he was just
I didn't say it wasn't
truthful.
Right. I didn't say that.
So let's dive into that.
All right, let's do it. Joel Klatt had some talk about the Wisconsin Badgers football team. Let's get into that on the Mason Crosby Show, powered by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers. Place I love, take me all the way. This is the Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers. Reminder, we are live on YouTube at The Fan Milwaukee, and you can listen to us wherever you listen to your audio, wherever. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, Odyssey, everywhere you get your pods. Does anybody use Spreaker, or do they just post stuff on Spreaker? Can you use Spreaker?
I don't even know what Spreaker is.
Podbean or
Podbean. I do have. I've heard of Podbean.
Okay.
Yep, that's a good one. R.I.P. Stitcher. Right.
Oh yeah,
that
that's
was the old Google podcast.
Yep. Catch the full episode, listen by individual hour, or jump straight to the highlights. Just open up your favorite podcast app, search The Mason Crosby Show, common spelling, and hit the follow button so you get every minute of the show your way and on your time. The camera is now following you, Mason. Very nicely done. Congratulations. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
That was amazing.
Yeah.
That was like a professional. Like, you came in, you got the camera to recognize you, you moved around, it followed you, boom.
Well, no one gives better hand signals than me through the glass. I'm just putting that out there.
Oh, Tommy's trying to say he produced me into that moment?
Just staying humble.
Unbelievable.
Amazing.
You know I almost went to Harvard, right? I know
That's
how to
what you
work.
say.
I know how to work things.
I'm gonna ask Jim. tonight.
Yeah, ask Jim.
Okay,
No,
I will.
ask my mom. She would tell you the truth.
Well, that's just me. That sounds like your mom's a ride or die like that. That just sounds like she
Should
would
be
know.
like, yeah, he could have gone to Harvard.
Yeah, exactly.
Can
Sure.
I call your mom Casey?
I could have played in the Premier League too.
Okay.
My mom will tell you.
Can I call your mom Casey? Does anybody call her Casey?
No.
No. Like TK?
You can ask her. I
I'm
don't know.
not going to call your dad JC because I feel like that one's taken.
You can't do Jason.
No, I can't go JC.
So he's James, Jim, and his middle name is Deward, which is kind of a funny,
Did he ever go by
interesting.
JD?
He did.
Okay.
I think his grandmother called him JD.
What's the origin of Deward?
Yeah. Is that somebody's last name?
It's a weird one. I mean, they joke about it. I actually don't know what the truth is.
Yeah.
Because they joked about it that it was like somebody from back, an old family name that they had like taken from somewhere, and then it just like a few people have it.
Bestowed it upon your dad.
It's reminiscent.
But
so
it's
it's
like
from the
not like-
family of Ward. It's like being Anderson, right? And you are the son of Ander. Like that's like the
Do Ward, like
Do
of the
Ward.
Ward.
yeah,
Ward.
Ward, right? Yeah, that's kind of what it
Fascinating.
goes.
I love
from.
that.
So is that a little French?
I like the
then?
history.
English.
English.
That makes sense. Yeah. So it's back from like the roots in
So they probably were the
from
Wards.
England and
Yeah.
Scotland. Yeah.
Nice. This is the Mason Crosby Show, where you never know what we're going to talk
We're
about.
diving deep into
but you know
family.
we're always getting back to sports.
Exactly. We'll always get back.
Yes, or food if I'm here. Because
Yeah, that
I'm
does
excited for
happen.
the heavy apps tonight. We're presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers. But it's not just the Packers that are coming up. The Wisconsin Badgers football team is on the horizon as well. They kick off their season Thursday, August 28th. They will host Miami of Ohio in their opening game. I'm going to guarantee a win for the Badgers in that one.
That might
Guaranteeing a win.
Is that the only
Tommy,
one?
Tommy hates it already.
Is that the only one that you could guarantee in this on this schedule?
I don't know. Do you think there's a
Probably.
chance they lose to the
No, they're going to beat Miami of
Right.
Ohio.
Of
Ohio.
the Miami
The
of Oxford,
Miami.
Ohio?
Tommy's going to say something ridiculous now.
I did not say
He's
anything
looking it up,
ridiculous.
like,
He's wanting to.
Miami is actually really good.
Do you know
They've
who
got
their
all
quarterback
They've got all their
is?
juniors back. They are senior led.
They are. Oh my gosh. Like a lot of leadership, a lot of experience.
I'd
like,
be
it's gonna be tough.
curious to know if Bart Lundy and Miami of Ohio coach, same idea of like any good player we have is gone. So it's just sucks to be at a group of 5 school instead of a Power 5
Oh,
school.
for
like
sure.
that.
It's got to be the hardest
They did
coaching
finish
job in the
second
history.
in the MAC yet last year. Oh, maybe they are good.
Uh-oh.
They were 9-5
Now we're
last
worried.
year,
Do you
7-1
remember-
in the
do you
MAC.
remember how-
All right, I take it back.
You
I
already
take
guaranteed
back.
it. You already
I take
guaranteed it.
back.
You can't. No takebacks. No
my
takebacks.
gosh.
Here is I have coming up here now the Badgers schedule, and you should let this be over while Joel Clapp plays and talks about it here because it does have a couple of overlying features on it.
Okay, so
All right.
so Joel Klatt yesterday
run it down.
talked about his thoughts on our Wisconsin Badgers football team.
I think it could be trending in the wrong direction. Wisconsin. The Badgers went 5-7 last year. They lost their last 5 games, so they snapped a streak of 22 straight winning seasons. They tried to change their identity, and Luke Fickell went in a different direction, both defensively and offensively, than what they had been through the entirety of their recent and successful history. I remember saying, I was like, hey man, that's dangerous. I think Luke Fickell is an excellent football coach. I really do. And I'm hoping that this works out for him. And I actually think that Wisconsin could be a better team roster-wise this year than they were even last year. But here's the problem.
Schedule.
I don't know if that shows up in the win-loss column this year. This is one of the most difficult schedules in the country. They could be underdogs in 9 of their 12 games this year. Think about that. I'm just putting up the 6 that are like really tough. At Alabama, good luck. At Michigan, Ohio State, Oregon, Indiana, Illinois. That's not to mention they still have to play home games against Iowa, home against Washington. They're at Minnesota. So you look at that schedule and it's like, I don't know if they win 3 games.
3
games.
It's tough. So
That's tough.
Miami of Ohio to start things off.
By the way, Miami of Ohio last year, Mason, you'll be very happy to hear.
Okay.
They destroyed Colorado State in the Arizona Bowl.
Take that.
43-17. But they
goats.
but the games they played that were non-conference, they lost at Northwestern, they lost to Cincinnati, and they lost at Notre Dame. So
Wisconsin's going to beat Miami of Ohio.
All right.
I mean, it was a rough North Dakota game last year, if you remember that.
Miami win. All right.
Middle Tennessee.
Win.
Okay. At Alabama.
Loss.
Versus
By 100.
Maryland.
Win.
At Michigan.
Loss.
They're rocking with an 18-year-old QB probably.
They're
Mitch.
not beating Michigan.
I think I don't know. Like that's
in the big house is tough.
That's a hinge point for me where it's like we will know where this team is headed in that game, and I think they could. I think they could win that one.
Versus Iowa.
Home against Iowa? Win.
Home against Ohio State.
Loss.
At Oregon.
Loss.
Home against Washington.
Win.
That's their best chance
That's a
in
win.
the Big Ten to
That's
win a
a
game,
win.
I feel like, right now.
Washington stinks.
At Indiana.
Loss.
Could be a loss, although Indiana could be terrible this year.
True.
Versus Illinois. You're at home against Illinois. And then Minnesota in Minnesota.
I don't know. How's Minnesota supposed to be?
That is a 50-50 game.
Minnesota, Wisconsin are always the same team every year, even if they're good. Doesn't matter.
It's a 50-50.
I'm telling you, I don't know if they'll be favored in any other game other than Washington.
I don't know. I don't see that schedule.
Conference.
I see like 3 apparent.
I mean, Iowa and Illinois, they got to win those games.
Not guaranteed. I'm not going to guarantee anything, but losses. Yeah. You got to think like the Alabama, 4. Alabama, Ohio State, Michigan, and Oregon, they're going to lose those games.
Yes, those
right?
are losses.
So then the rest, I mean, like they got a shot in all of those games.
I don't know. That Iowa game last year was the infamous date night last year.
True.
And that I feel like the Iowa game is cursed forever.
You
now.
cursed them.
Forever?
Yeah, forever.
Why did you?
It's cursed because one weird date night.
Go on
Dude.
another date.
Yes.
Ooh, that's
Break
how.
the
Okay.
curse.
Okay.
Right.
You can reverse
so
this
many
thing.
opportunities
You have
here.
all the power, Tommy, and if you don't do it, then it's your fault.
Then it's my fault.
No.
I'll take it. I'll take blame. I will make sure if anyone's looking for anything to do on October 11th,
Get Tommy a date.
I will go out on a date to try to reverse the
So
curse.
is Joel
We'll
Klatt
work
putting
on
the
that.
over-under at like 3.5?
I would say that
I bet it's gonna be like 4.5.
4.5.
Ooh,
All right, let's see. We
let's
can't
look
look
at
at the
his
Potawatomi Sportsbook, right?
Oh, we cannot.
Over under.
I think they had him
Remember-
at 5 or 5.5,
Is
or
it?
like the last we saw. Yeah. I
5.5.
Yeah.
5.5? So I'd probably take the under.
I'd probably take the under
Really?
as well.
Because I think they're going to win 5. I think they will win 5 games this year. But I could say,
And
again,
I do agree. Let's get on that like a little on that bandwagon. I don't think Luke Fickell is a bad football coach. I think his what he's trying to do might just be a bad plan in like the state of Wisconsin
and he
for the
already
Badgers.
dialed
And he
it
brought it back.
Right.
And that I do think that's what makes a good football coach good. Is not being just like so stuck in your ways that it's like I'm going to just keep pushing forward. It's all these players, it's all everything else around me that's the problem.
Yes.
It's like, no, all right, that was not the right idea. We don't have those players in the building yet. We have to do something different until if I can get those players, great. If not, we're going to have to do a hybrid of what I want to do.
Mitch, how many games do the Badgers have to win so Luke Fickell doesn't get fired this year?
He's not getting fired. I don't think they're moving on.
If they go 4-8, I think they could let him go.
If they win one conference game this year,
then he's got. Yeah, I feel like that. But
right. If they beat,
they're going to beat. They could beat.
They're going to
Washington.
Win. They're going to
maybe Maryland.
Washington, Maryland.
Right.
Yeah.
If they win one conference game, he's fired. I think they're winning a minimum of 2. I think they could win 3 or 4.
Yeah, I mean they should beat Iowa.
They should beat Iowa and Illinois at home.
And Illinois. Yeah.
And I still think there's a chance like Indiana falls back to
exactly.
earth.
I mean,
they had one good year. Great.
I could see them going 8-4.
Right.
And like
now, everything would have to go perfect for that to happen.
But even at 7, okay, so go from 5 to 7 to 7 and 5. You get back on your winning ways and all that.
Even
like that's a
6.
trend in the right direction. No, I guess 6 and 6. Yes, it's better.
Right.
But I feel like you got
6 and 6 gets you back to a bowl.
Does that count like as a not losing record?
That is not a losing record. That is not a losing record.
I hate that.
Until they lose in the bowl
game. Even though I love
game,
soccer,
so-
I still hate ties. Like I can't. I am not a tie fan. That's the worst.
Joining us on the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line 414-677-1250, 414-677-1250. Remember, you can text in your thoughts. Can the Badgers avoid a losing season this year? Ram is on the north side. Ram, you're on the Mason Crosby show. What's up, Ram?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Mason? You move around a lot, man.
I know.
He sure does.
Yep. I'm all over. You don't know where I'm going to be. It's like, where's Waldo out here?
But you got a good crew of guys that support your show, that work with you. So you're very blessed and fortunate that way. Because I listen when you're not on, and y'all keep it going.
That's right.
Quick
Yep, they
question
are
for
the
all you
best.
Yeah, they're great. I'm gonna say this. So if you were the scout, you guys are sitting in the studio, so you're looking at the Badgers, and you know like you can't get what you're trying to do, and you just focus. So we got to win. What type of players would you get? Like you're saying, okay, maybe they can't stop anybody, but we're gonna score, and I'm just gonna hang up the phone. I'm gonna listen. So what type of player? What type of quarterback would you get? Like you, kicker. Like we trying to score points.
Yeah, I'd get a kicker
like that.
Great kicker
Relax.
for sure. I love that. Ram, that's a great question.
I had to throw that in there.
I like
But I'm
that.
off the air. Thanks for taking my call.
All
Nice
right.
job, Ram. Thanks for the call.
Man, that's a great question. And obviously, like everybody looks at quarterback. You know, your quarterback play is going to drive what you're doing on that offense.
Sure.
But you have to get those other skill positions. You got to get receivers. And we've talked about this with the Badgers. Like they have to have a good offensive line. Like their productivity forever had been run the ball, protect a quarterback that maybe, is not going to air it out and do all those things and just control the clock.
Yep.
But if Fickell's going more into a hybrid air raid type system, you have to have great wide receivers. You have to have a fast, shifty type running back, somebody that is going to get into space, catch the ball out of the backfield, do a lot of those things. And then, honestly, I would love to see the Badgers like build their defense.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to go into, and I get like Big Ten now. It's like you have these passing offense. It's not the old Big Ten where it is just pound the rock, great defenses, try to run the ball, do all of that. They do spread it out, but you still have to have big guys and good defensive linemen.
Right.
Like
and that's what Wisconsin's been known for.
You have to, and I don't know. Like, do they have those guys right now?
And recruit the state.
Right.
It's literally what we've always been saying too. Like
get your home offensive lineman to stay here.
I think there is something about the culture of the Wisconsin Badgers that they've historically gotten at least the best players out of the state,
the big boys,
and
especially.
you get guys that lead that thing forward because there's something to be said. Like you are going to University of Wisconsin, you are a Badger.
Yeah.
If you have that in your blood, if that's something that like you are going to take more pride and you're going to get after it a little bit more. I mean, you look at a Joe Thomas. I mean, it's like those guys, like the history of Wisconsin Badgers offensive linemen is so deep, and it'd be a mistake not to at least continue to have that as your stalwarts in that locker room.
Top 3 recruits in the 2025 class, all out of state. The only 3 4-stars in the state this last year in the state of Wisconsin. 2 at Notre Dame and 1 at Tennessee.
Yeah, and
That's a mistake.
You got to flip that, and I want to think that Chris McIntosh, the athletic director, former offensive lineman at the University of Wisconsin. Yeah, I mean, he's got to realize that. Like he's had to have had sit downs with Fickell and be like, hey, we've got to focus on this.
And O-line's
We just have to.
O-line's not a sexy position, right? It's not like they're not scoring
It is in
points. They're not doing.
Wisconsin.
I know that, but and that's what I'm saying. But in Wisconsin, that's where you throw some NIL money.
Yeah.
I don't know if O-line are getting a lot of it, but why not? If you're
that.
losing
I like that.
guys to Notre Dame and Tennessee, they're clearly swaying them with dollars.
For sure.
So it's get the offensive linemen paid at Wisconsin and let them run that show over there and be the culture drivers to get back to your winning ways. Because from 5 to 7 to 7 to 5 is should be not an easy shift, but that should be doable this year. And they should get it done, but it's got to start in the trenches, and it always starts in the trenches.
Notre Dame. Bleh.
Bleh.
Yeah. Come to the state of Wisconsin. Let's go.
Seriously.
Mason, today's the day. You are going to be inducted.
That's weird.
Inducted into the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame.
That's weird.
So let's get inside your brain.
Yeah.
Let's get to the Mason Crosby extra points coming up here on the Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers.
All the feels.
What's on Mason Crosby's mind today? It's time for Extra Points, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Nelles on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Oh, Mitch has it. He's jumping in.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you know what I think would be amazing? if Mason Crosby tonight on his way to the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame at the Pfister got on a bike, a kid's bike, and biked to the Baird Center from the Pfister, a la the Green Bay Packers in training camp.
That would be fun, yeah. Find me a bike. I'll do it.
So there was video today. Dontavian Wicks could not get to practice. He decided to stop and sign autographs for everybody. Did you ever get mobbed so much by the fans that like you had trouble getting to the practice field?
Occasionally, I would usually not do a ton going in, and then it's like going out. It's like you're walking with people and like doing that. Usually after practice, later in the career, I would pick and choose when I rode the bikes, and like if my kids came and things like that, and then I would just spend the time, going back. It's like, what, do I have to get back to a meeting or something?
If you see Mason Crosby on a bike in downtown Milwaukee today, stop him and say
just
hi.
Say hi, yeah.
Just say congrats.
Yeah, maybe I'll just get one of those like someone else bike, and I'll just sit in the back scooter.
Oh,
that'd be nice.
Love
yeah,
that,
I'm sure
yes.
they have those down there.
That's not weird at all.
Wait, why is that not weird? Why is that weird?
I don't know.
It's very Italian.
Can I do a horse-drawn carriage?
Ooh.
That'd be nice.
Or a sidecar?
Ooh, a sidecar. That'd be good.
Like a
or one.
motorcycle.
Actually, let's all meet at the Pfister and
You
get
get
one
the
of those
horse-
Nashville.
the horse
No,
coffee
Nashville
cup?
pedal bars.
Oh, yes.
That would be fun.
We have pedal taverns here.
Do you have pedal?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, we got to get the kids to pedal while we do the rest.
Yeah, exactly. I've never understood those. Do they actually move the vehicle, or
I think they can move it faster, but I think they have it moving.
like what's
even
the point?
if you don't?
Like, do you want to
It's
do you
just-
want to
it's
bike
just
while you're
fun.
drinking?
I mean, I don't
Feels
know.
weird.
No,
I'm like,
I mean, when I'm
just
drinking, I have no ideas of exercise in the
Seriously.
same
like
same
this,
thought.
do people feel better about taking those like five shots?
All right, Mace.
Okay.
Mason's extra points. How you feeling, my friend?
I feel good. Yeah, it is wild. I mean, how you went out of that last segment thinking about going in the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame. Yeah, just it feels surreal. It's kind of wild that that career is done, and I'm now getting some of these accolades and this recognition. Just feel so grateful, so thankful, just to be able to be here with my family and sharing this moment with all of y'all, and just to enjoy these special moments. That's kind of where I want to be. I just want to be in a place of of joy and and embrace every moment that happens tonight and throughout this weekend. And it's just going to be a great time. So very grateful, very happy, glad to be here, and can't wait to get this thing going and get my face plastered on the wall there at the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame. So
Yeah, well, we can't wait to be there and to celebrate you. We're actually going to stand up and cheer.
Oh, thanks. Do you think the
standing
Packers?
out.
Do you think the
Standing out.
Packers will give me a little piece of their $432 million that they got in the revenue sharing? We didn't even hit on
get
that.
to that yet.
They could just write me a little check from that, right? I'll even take the 0.6.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Why not?
I'm fine with that. Just give me that point. You want to make it an even number.
Yeah, exactly. Just for accounting
Yeah.
purposes.
Just thanks for your time. Like, here's just a
because I
farewell.
assume you're going to mention the Packers in your speech tonight.
Well, of course.
Well, then the 0.6 is
Yeah,
yours.
yeah.
That's
it's just like
no-brainer.
a marketing deal. It's perfect.
Real quick, we're getting this over the internet. I believe Hulk Hogan just passed away.
Yeah, I was just gonna not break that into the news there, but yes,
he had been.
Oh, gosh.
There were reports that in the last couple of weeks his health had like really seriously deteriorated.
We'll have to do a segment on him tomorrow, just because
sure.
I mean, what a legend.
Yes,
Jeez.
absolutely.
And Ozzy Osbourne
Right,
died this
Ozzy
week.
too.
Yeah, what a week.
That's crazy. So
I hate that.
Yep.
I hate getting older.
I know, where it's like people who like you remember from your
Yeah,
childhood.
exactly. They start going.
Yep. Well, we're excited for you. We're going to celebrate you tonight.
Yep.
Cannot wait. Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame. Still tickets available. If you want to come to the Baird Center tonight, just Google Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame. And then we'll be back here tomorrow.
Yeah.
And Sparky's on this afternoon. No Brewers game, so no leadoff show. But Wisconsin Sports Daily served up by Wendy's 2 to 5 today with Sparky. And let's go.
Come join the party. Let's have some fun.
Amen, brother.
All right.
Let's
Good
do
show,
this.
buddy.
The Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers. We're in the Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
I was so